Have you ever considered what it would be like if time were a physical dimension like height, width, or depth? Welcome to a new perspective, one that turns the way we view our universe on its head. We're used to thinking of time as a constant progression, a river that carries us from the past, through the present, and into the future. But what if time was something more? Imagine a fourth dimension, one where the past, present, and future coexist simultaneously. This concept might sound like a page ripped out from a science fiction novel, but it's a theory that some scientists are seriously considering. Time travel, the ability to skip through moments like chapters in a book, could be a reality in such a universe. This concept opens up a world of possibilities. What if there were beings that could perceive and interact with this time dimension as easily as we interact with the world around us? Imagine beings that exist in dimensions beyond our perception. Beings for whom time is as tangible as the objects in your room. To comprehend how higher dimensional beings can access time, we first need to understand what we mean by higher dimensions. In our day-to-day lives, we interact with three spatial dimensions: length, width, and height. But let's consider a world beyond that. A fourth dimension, for instance, could be a direction entirely independent of our known three. It's like stepping outside of our 3D universe and looking in from a completely new perspective, the same way a three-dimensional being could observe a two-dimensional world. Now envision a cube. We can see its faces, edges, and vertices. But a being from a higher dimension would see all the inner parts of the cube simultaneously, not just the surface. This is a rough analogy, but it helps to illustrate the concept of higher dimensions. Now that we have a grasp on higher dimensions, let's explore how beings in these dimensions might interact with time. In a higher dimension, time is not a relentless river pushing us forward, but rather a vast ocean where one can move in any direction. Imagine the freedom of this fluidity, the absolute liberation from the linear progression of seconds, minutes, hours, and years. Higher dimensional beings, if they exist, could perceive time as we perceive space, a tangible entity, not a mere abstract concept, but a physical dimension they can navigate at will. They could move forward or backward, left or right, up or down in time, just as we move in three-dimensional space. But how could they achieve this astonishing feat? The answer lies in their technology. Technology so advanced it might seem like magic to our three-dimensional minds. This technology could allow them to manipulate the fabric of time itself, twisting and bending it, stretching and compressing it, just as we manipulate objects in our three-dimensional world. Imagine a higher dimensional being with the ability to reach into the past, to pluck out specific moments and alter them. They could erase mistakes, rewrite history, and reshape the course of their lives. Similarly, they could leap into the future, exploring countless possibilities before settling on a preferred outcome. Wouldn't this be an incredible power? The ability to alter the past, to shape the future, to experience all possible timelines at once. But it's not just about power. This ability could offer a unique perspective on life, a perspective where the past, present, and future are not separate entities, but part of a single, interconnected whole. This is the realm of higher dimensional beings, a realm where time is not a merciless tyrant but a malleable tool. A realm where beings are not mere passengers on the river of time but sailors navigating the vast ocean of temporal possibilities. These beings could alter their past, present, and future at will, experiencing all of time simultaneously. The concept seems mind-boggling, doesn't it? But remember, this is the realm of higher dimensions where the laws of physics as we know them might not apply. What kind of power would the ability to manipulate time confer to these higher dimensional beings? Imagine being able to reach into the past, plucking out pivotal moments and altering them to our liking, or peering into the future, tweaking the threads of destiny to weave a different tapestry. This is the mind-bending potential of time manipulation. For a higher dimensional being, time isn't a one-way street, but a sprawling landscape to be explored and potentially modified. They could rewrite history, change the course of the future, or even create alternate realities. Imagine the assassination of a world leader prevented, a devastating war averted, or a groundbreaking technological innovation introduced centuries ahead of its time. However, this power comes with its paradoxes. If one changes the past, what happens to the present? If you alter the future, does the present become an alternate past? This is the conundrum of the so-called grandfather paradox, a staple of time travel debates. Yet for a higher dimensional being, these paradoxes might not pose a problem. After all, they exist outside our linear understanding of time. they could potentially navigate these paradoxes, circumventing them or even using them to their advantage. So, what is the ultimate power of time manipulation? It's not just about changing events or outcomes, it's about the ability to shape the very fabric of reality, bending it to one's will. The power to manipulate time would be nothing less than the power to shape reality itself. The notion of higher dimensional beings and their potential to manipulate time is a fascinating thought experiment. We've delved into the concept of time, not as a mere sequence of events, but as a tangible entity, a physical dimension accessible to beings from higher dimensions. We've pondered over the implications of such a reality, where past, present, and future may very well exist all at once. We've explored the idea of higher dimensions, realms beyond our comprehension, where beings with advanced technology could have the power to alter the very fabric of time itself. Such technology could give them the ability to navigate through time as we do through space. The possibilities are staggering, and the implications are profound. But what does this mean for us? Could we one day ascend to these higher dimensions ourselves? Could we develop our technology to the point where we too can experience time as a physical dimension? And if so, what would that mean for our understanding of the universe and our place within it? These are questions that remain to be answered. They invite us to continue exploring, pushing the boundaries of our knowledge, and venturing into the unknown. The universe is a vast and complex place, full of wonders and mysteries that we are only just beginning to understand. Who knows what amazing discoveries await us in the higher dimensions?